Hey soulmates, welcome back to the channel. In today's video we are going to be making this beautiful butterfly bubu dress with open sleeves.
So without further ado, let's get started.
For this, if you are on the bigger size, you are going to need 3.5 to 4 yards of fabric, but here I'm using 2.5 yards and I'm a size 6. So just get an idea of how much fabric you will need depending on how full you want your dress to be. So to start, you are going to begin by folding your fabric twice, so you have 4 layers. Note that this middle part of fold is where we are going to be using as the middle of the front and back. So this is what my fabric is looking like now after placing on fold. I went ahead to secure it down with pins so it does not shift out of place. So this is the middle part, so where we're going to be using as the middle of the front and the middle of the back. So now to begin drafting, we are going to mark out our kaftan length, our bubu dress length, plus allowance for sewing the shoulder, for folding the shoulder part and folding the down part. So that's a total of 3 inches added to our dress length, which is 2 inches for the folding of the hem at the bottom part of the dress and 1 inch for folding the hem at the shoulder part of the dress.
After marking out the shoulder line, now we're going to go ahead and mark out our armhole line. So here I'm using about 14 inches for the opening. Then I'm coming in by 1 inch and then I'm just marking that straight down to the end of the dress. You can decide to make this a batwing dress. What do they call it? Yes, it's batwing, the one that has drapes at the side, but I just decided to make mine like this. So this is me just extending the 1 inch marking on the side to the end of the dress length, and then I'll proceed to cut it out. After cutting out the sides, you're going to open up the sleeve opening and then take out your pins. Next, I proceeded to open up the fold and then mark the middle point. And then now from that middle point, you are going to be marking your shoulder measurement divided by 2 plus 1 inch on both sides. So you're going to do that for one side and then mark it again on the other side. So together it would now be your full shoulder measurement plus 2 inches, which is 1 on both sides, and this is going to serve as your opening for the neck area. So next we are going to stitch a 1-inch line underneath these markings. To do this, you are going to come down by 1 inch, which is your seam line for your shoulder line. You're going to come down by 1 inch and then stitch 1 inch underneath this marking, like a 1-inch stitch underneath this marking on both sides. So after you are done with that, next you are going to proceed to double folding each hem of the shoulder line. You're going to double fold each side separately. Now this is what it was looking like after I was done with one side. Now repeat the same process for the other side. This is me just taking out the pins that I placed in earlier where I was cutting. Then next up, you want to iron flat this seam. After ironing, I also proceeded to double folding the edge of the armhole opening, of the sleeve opening, whichever you want to call it, and this is what it was looking like afterwards. So here you can see that I proceeded to doing it for all 4 sides. Now placing the right sides together as it already is, I'm going to be sewing 1 inch from the bottom part of this sleeve opening to the end of the dress, and I'm going to be doing it on both sides. But before sewing close both side seams, I proceeded to sew belts off camera, and these are what the belts are looking like. So now I'm going to be marking where I'm going to be placing the belts. Please make sure you install your belts first before you sew your side seams, because it is much more easier installing them first before sewing your side seams. So basically what I'm doing here is locating the middle of the dress, and then from that middle point I'm going to come down to my shoulder to waistline measurement. On that shoulder to waistline measurement, from that midpoint that I marked, I'm going to take my waist measurement, my around waist measurement divided by 4. I'm going to take it on both sides, and that is the point where I'm going to mark and install my belts. Now for your belt placement, you're going to place them facing outwards, and make sure this entire belt placement thing is done on the side you want to be your front part of your dress. The side you want to be the front part of your dress. I can do this on any side for this dress because the front and the back neckline is the same, but on any other dress you are making, make sure it is on the side you choose to be the front, or that is the front part of your dress. So you are installing the belt on one side of the kaftan basically, which is the front side. Now you can proceed to sew and close your side seam on both sides. Now we're going to be double folding the bottom hem with the 2 inches that we placed in for allowance during the cutting process. Now to double fold, after folding twice, you are going to sew along the inner edge of the fold all around the bottom part of the dress. So if you feel like your dress is too open from the sides and your bra is showing from the side, this is a hack you can use. Just measure from your shoulder line 10 inches and mark, and then from your sleeve opening 3 inches and mark that inwards on that 10-inch line, and just place a tiny stitch there to hold both the back and front pieces together. Repeat that on the other side. Now this is how my stitch is looking like, just a tiny stitch like this, and it will do the trick. So now that's it for this kaftan tutorial. You can just go ahead and give this a nice flat press so it looks better, and that's it. Thank you for staying up until the end of this video, guys. I really do hope you enjoyed this video. Kindly like, share, subscribe, and comment down below what future videos you would like to see, and also share your thoughts on this video. See you in the next tutorial, guys. Until next time, stay blessed. Bye.